A very intriguing game near the top of the OVC standings between Southern Indiana and Eastern Illinois ends in a 1-1 draw, a stalemate between the Screaming Eagles and Panthers Thursday afternoon here at Lakeside Field. 1-1 draw. The opener was scored 5 minutes after halftime by Alex Tetteh off a set piece, a corner that took a deflection into a big area, or a big group of players right in front of the goal. Tetteh got a touch onto it and put it in past Anna Markland, the USI goalkeeper. So she gets her seventh goal of the season. That's tied for the OVC lead. The leader, Maria Schuller for Little Rock, still has to play tonight, though. So we'll see if Tetteh remains tied for the OVC leader in goals after tonight. The first goal in over 600 minutes of play was conceded by the Panthers, though, just 5 minutes later on a ball that took a bounce. You'll hear from head coach Dirk Bennett in a minute talking about that play. A ball that took a bounce and left some indecision between goalkeeper Emma Craneville and the back line. And she came flying off her net, didn't get any touch on the ball. And it was Peyton Murphy who had a very tough angle to shoot at on the side of the net, right near the byline, but was able to stick it in just off the inside of the far post to equalize. And that really restored the game back to the stalemate that we saw in the first half, where there was a lot of fouls, a lot of play in the midfield, but not enough to find a winner. So a 1-1 draw. Now Eastern is 2 points clear of Tennessee Tech, who moves into second place after their win over Morehead State today. And so Eastern gets another point in the standings. They're still undefeated, still lots of positives to take away from this team, or from this game, I should say, against a team that gave the Panthers some fits with how they play. It wasn't they kind of disrupted what the Panthers like to do, as we heard from Colleen Bauer and Alex Tetteh, and a lot to build off of as the Panthers transition to their final 4 games of the season. You'll hear in just a few seconds from the goal scorer, Alex Tetteh, as well as the reigning OVC Defender of the Week, Colleen Bauer, as well as both head coaches.
Ball came up off a corner. I think Abby might have hit it. It was just kind of juggling around the box. I just was thinking, let me get a touch on this, anything, and then it went in. And yeah, I was pretty excited. Glad that we got up 1-0 against a good team. And yeah.
They're just a very direct team, which kind of they like to create chaos. Like not necessarily, it's not like their play isn't bad. It's just not how we play with like moving it around. So it's definitely different and have to adjust. But like we're more focused on like covering for each other mistakes, maybe because that's what that kind of play does. Like just focusing on making other team make mistakes.
Well, absolutely. We always say you wanna get 3 points at home and at least get a point on the road in the OVC because it's so difficult. Because obviously Eastern Illinois is undefeated, sitting in first place, so we know it's gonna be a difficult match. When you leave at 10 a.m. and then you get up here to play a game against a really good opponent, very talented team. I mean, their two forwards are so electric. Back line is solid, incredible goalkeeping from Eastern Illinois. So you always know it's going to be a difficult match. I was proud of our efforts. I was proud to get a point on the road. I thought we played extremely well in the second half. Both goals were scored in the second half, but I was pleased with our efforts. I was pleased with the execution of the halftime plan. And again, anytime you get a point against a quality team, you're happy, right? Again, this is such a difficult conference. Every team in this conference can win. So that's why there are no easy games, and especially when you're playing a first place team on the road on a Thursday. I'm just proud of their efforts and all the credit to Eastern Illinois and off to an incredible start this year. So well done on their part, and we're just happy with our efforts and how we're playing right now.
It's before the game. We've been working on set pieces. We do every week before every game, and again, knowing they're very good at set pieces, but we felt like, hey, you kind of seen lately we've been pretty good on them ourselves, and Alex is obviously an athletic threat. And we said, hey, it'd really send a statement if we were going up against a team that's so good at set pieces and scoring them ourselves. So I was really happy. I don't know how it went in. I saw bodies on the ground, and they gave it to Alex, so we'll take it. But she puts herself in good places and uses her size well.
And then 5 minutes later, the goalless streak comes to an third longest in OVC history.
Is that right?
Wow. And longest since the non-overtime era.
Okay.
But what was going through your head? You saw Craneville charging off the line.
It's
and
tough.
A good finish by the.
Yeah, she did. She had to put it at a pretty good angle. So yeah, I mean, it was tough because they're foul at midfield, which I don't. It was a little bit ticky tacky in there with the fouls, but we said, hey, they're going to benefit from fouls. They're going to benefit from set pieces. We can't let the ball bounce, And so then one way or the other, a foul is called. Ball goes over. I think we're trying our best, but we didn't get the head on it, so it bounces. That always creates indecision for goalkeepers, and there's space between the back line and the goalkeeper. So bodies come together, ball squirts out, they get there first. So it's what we expected. We told them that was going to happen. I thought we defended most situations like that really, really well. But when they get continuous chances to do that, they're a good enough team to put it away.
Eastern's back in action on Sunday as they make a Missouri swing. They go to Cape Girardeau to take on SEMO on Sunday, and then Lindenwood the following Thursday, a week from today. Those are two big games. And then after that, there's only 4 games remaining in the regular season. So we'll see how those two shake out. If the Panthers can continue to build results, it could still very well be a special season for women's soccer. You can catch more coverage later tonight of this game on our website, dailyeasternnews.com, as well as our socials.